NXT has been full of excitement on the road to NXT TakeOver Dallas. Welcome to NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 217 pounds, he is the Drifter, Elias Samson.
We last saw Elias Samson in action 3 weeks ago. This man remains undefeated here on NXT, and Graves, we still know precious little about this man. Only rumors and whispers and rumblings throughout the NXT universe about who the Drifter really is.
The good news is he has a scarf with him in case of a spontaneous blizzard here in Central Florida. Got your tongue, Tom. It's true. Anyway, all right, on a more serious note, the Drifter, we don't know anything about him. The guy can get it done inside the ring. He's got a mean streak. I just have no idea what he seems to be so mad about. He's always brooding. He's staring off into space. There's something going on in the guy's mind. I just wish to God he would tell somebody. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why he's so angry. See a therapist.
And his opponent from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
On the other hand, here's a guy I know a lot about. I've known Johnny Gargano for a lot of years. We wrestled together in Cleveland for several years on the independents. The guy is talented. He loves this business more than anybody I know. All the guy wants to do is wrestle. He wants to compete. He always wants to get better. He travels. He's not in it for the fame or fortune. He's in it because this is what he loves to do.
We got to look at the Arnold Classic from a few weeks ago, just last week here on NXT. Johnny Gargano was thrilled to get to compete in front of his home state fans in Ohio. And tonight he gets an opportunity against an unbeaten superstar in Elias Samson. You could assume that that kind of victory would really add to one's resume. Samson going right after the arm of Gargano early on in this matchup. There's been nothing but rumors and videos that have surfaced on social media. This man, Elias Samson, outside of various venues, competing around the country, playing his guitar and at times accepting money from fans. We even saw him playing outside of a train station in Winter Park, Florida here. Oh, and face first into the second turnbuckle.
Here's that mean streak I was talking about. I don't know what's making this guy tick, but he's got something going on.
Well, the one thing we understand about him is that this man's a fighter. Elias Samson's here to compete. He's here to make money, and so is Johnny Gargano. Johnny wrestling, always wants to get in the ring and tie up with somebody. Oh, and take it down. A look in the eyes of Elias Samson, the Drifter.
Look at Samson. It's like, is he lost? Is he confused? He's in some sort of trance all of a sudden. He needs to focus on Johnny Gargano.
The NXT universe is certainly behind Gargano. Oh, and a big forearm right on the side of the head there of Samson, and look at Johnny go. Into the corner, oh, caught with a boot. Samson's in trouble here against Gargano.
Rolls through, bam!
Ooh!
Gargano's foot right to the temple of the Drifter.
Into the corner, counters here on the apron, and oh, caught by the knee in midair. Great move by Elias Samson.
They must have the WWE Network in that train station where the Drifter hangs out, because he had that move well scouted.
NXT Universe chanting, drift away. He went for the knee again. Johnny Gargano the cover, and he pinned him.
Tell me again about
that. Here's your winner, Johnny Gargano.
It is over. The Drifter has lost his first match here at NXT. Oh, and he's taken down Johnny Gargano.
Come on now. You got beat, Drifter. Let it go.
On the neck breaker by Samson. The match is over. Seems to be in that trance again. Look at his eyes.
I don't want to look at his eyes. He lost. He needs to go back to the locker room.
Tossing Gargano out of the ring. This is complete disrespect for Johnny Gargano. The match is over. You lost, and now putting it in the face of Johnny Gargano.
Hey, come on, man.
It's like he snapped. I don't think he realizes what he's doing.
You are nothing! Nothing! You wanna embarrass me? I am what they need!
Oh, into the steel post.
You hear him yelling at Johnny Gargano saying he embarrassed him. Well, that's what happens when you lose in NXT or WWE. It's embarrassing. That's why you try to win. You don't attack the guy after the bell. You lost, take your guitar and your 16 bucks and go back to the train station.
Oh, and Johnny catches another knee.
Come on, Samson. You've done enough, man. Get out of here. You've done enough.
The guy's got issues, all right? I mean, it's clear. Let's see if we can get him a shrink, get him someone to talk to, maybe a hotline he can call. He can deal with whatever's going on in his head.
Let's go. He's got a family.
And again, wait a minute. Apollo Crews.
I can tell you what that look is in the Drifter's eyes. It looks like fear.
You don't want none of this, man. Come on. Let me see it.
You hear Crews telling the Drifter, you don't want none of this, and it seems to be pretty true. The Drifter backing off. Crews obviously saw enough. Coming to the aid of Johnny Gargano. Crews obviously with a mutual respect for his fellow competitor. But seen enough of this attack from the Drifter.
Well, Apollo Crews coming to the aid here of Johnny Gargano. We kick things off with a loss for Elias Samson. The first time we've seen that, he absolutely snaps.
I don't know much about Elias Samson, but after tonight, I am sure of one thing. The guy is a cheater. He jumped on Gargano from behind after being defeated. It was uncalled for. I honestly hope Apollo Crews is the one to bring Elias Samson to justice.
Well, welcome here to NXT. We are just getting started with Corey Graves. I'm Tom Phillips. We learned last week that Asuka is the new #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship, and tonight she'll be in action.
I cannot wait.
However, coming up next here on NXT, the man who will defend his title at NXT TakeOver Dallas against Samoa Joe. Up next, Finn Bálor is in action against Rich Swann right here on NXT.
Take a moment to realize what you've started. One city at a time, you've become a phenomenon that cannot be ignored. You will not slow down or go quietly into the night. You are the future, and the world is yours for the taking. So go out there and take it.
Welcome back to NXT, and as we get closer to TakeOver, we want to send a big thank you to Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes for their song Devil Inside Me. It's one of the official themes for NXT TakeOver Dallas off their album Blossom, available now on iTunes and Spotify.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing 180 pounds, Rich Swann.
I'm feeling good, Graves. I feel like dancing.
How can you not? I like this guy. I gotta admit, Rich Swann, he comes out here dancing and wants to have a good time all night long. Let Unfortunately, he's got a big task ahead of him in the form of the NXT Champion.
That's very true, but I mean, in the meantime, this guy brings a lot of energy.
Having a good time, he's got moves.
Seen him on NXT here before, and he's definitely got the NXT universe behind him. Surprised that he makes you happy.
Look at the way Dasha, the ring announcer's checking him out. He's got all the moves. She's about to lose her mind. Look, it's like Thriller in here.
That's pretty good.
And his opponent from Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, weighing 190 pounds, he is your NXT champion, Finn Bálor.
3 weeks ago, we saw Finn Bálor in an NXT Classic taking down Neville at the University of Central Florida. Finn Balor's reign now stands at 263 days. But that will be tested, Graves. 1 week from Friday at NXT TakeOver Dallas, Finn Bálor defends the NXT title against Samoa Joe for a second time.
I don't think anybody can forget that encounter they had in London. Samoa Joe, Finn Bálor taking each other to the absolute ends of the earth for the richest prize in NXT. I can guarantee you one thing. Finn will roll into Dallas ready to go, but so will Samoa Joe.
While Finn 3 weeks ago did have his eyes on cementing his legacy as a great champion here on NXT, it will be up to his performance in Dallas. What can he do to stop Samoa Joe a second time after the warpath that Samoa Joe's been on?
I'm sure Finn's already deep into his game planning, into his strategizing. He knows that Samoa Joe has evolved since London. He knows he can't go in there with the same plan and beat the monster again. But I assure you, Finn Bálor will have something up his sleeve.
Finn Bálor said himself that he only survived their first encounter in London. Can he do it again 1 week from Friday, right here on the WWE Network?
You know, I like the whole idea behind Finn Bálor just accepting this match. A non-title match tonight with Rich Swann, just to kind of keep himself in shape, keep the momentum going. Face an opponent maybe he hasn't seen, maybe someone so different from Joe. He's going to have to change up his game plan. Maybe he's going to see something new, all to prepare for Dallas.
Well, Rich Swann is a guy we saw him compete a little over a month ago against Baron Corbin. He certainly gave the Lone Wolf a run for his money there. He could do the same here tonight against Finn Bálor if Finn's not careful. Now Rich gets himself to the bottom rope here to break up the hole here momentarily with Finn Bálor. And you talked about Finn. What could we see from him at NXT TakeOver Dallas? We know that darker side of Finn Bálor's personality.
Well, we know the demon tends to come out in big situations like that, but I don't think all the body paint in the world can save him. I think Samoa Joe's coming in there ready for war, and Finn Bálor better be ready just the same.
You got to give credit to Samoa Joe where it's due. His battles against Sami Zayn, 2 separate matches. He has earned his opportunity as Rich Swann tried to break away there.
I like this side of Finn Bálor we're seeing. If you notice, he's just grounding Swann. He's hanging on for dear life to that wrist lock. Finn seems extremely focused tonight.
Now Finn Bálor knows if you let Rich Swann get a little bit of separation, he can pick up the pace, he can pick up the speed, and really do damage. And Finn Bálor still holding on to the wrist.
Swann attempting a monkey flip there to counter out, but Finn hanging on like a pit bull to that wrist. And notice how Finn's got his chin on the back of Swann's hand, just that little bit of extra torque. That hyperextending the hand just makes that hold all the more painful.
Finn Bálor winning the NXT Championship back in July at Beast in the East. Oh, here's a cover and a kick out. Won the title in Japan where he spent so much of his career. His fantastic defense of the title in a ladder match against Kevin Owens in Brooklyn. We could be in for another fantastic battle in Dallas.
It's not a matter of could, it's a matter of we will see another classic. I have no doubts about that. Finn Bálor, the face of NXT, on WrestleMania weekend in Dallas, 2 days before the biggest event in WWE history. Finn Balor's going to bring his A game. So is Samoa Joe.
2015 Male Competitor of the Year in NXT, 2015 Overall Competitor of the Year. Swann tries to get himself an advantage.
Wow,
there goes Finn. Swann into the cover on the champion and a kick out. Oh, and again, look at how quick Finn was.
Right into that hammerlock. Almost looked effortless from Finn.
On the whole evening in NXT TakeOver Dallas, Mr. Regal has really shaped it up in a big way. Shinsuke Nakamura against Sami Zayn. Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. Bayley to defend her title against Asuka. And to cap it all off, Balor and Samoa Joe yet again for the NXT title.
You know, all the superstars and women in NXT are looking to set the bar for the weekend, maybe even steal the show. That's what NXT's become all about.
Swann again creates a little bit of space. Swann, whoa!
Oh God, that agility from Rich Swann is unbelievable.
Oh, missed with the enziguri there, trying to find some more room, and he got him!
He caught him. Balor's on Dream Street right now.
Oh, it was a huge opportunity, huge moment there for Rich Swann, and now Finn Bálor creating some opening. No!
Rich Swann with a Hurricane Rana off the top rope.
And a drop kick that sends Finn Bálor outside the ring. Might have the champion's number here tonight. Finn back into the ring and chops down Swann.
Finn Bálor like a cruise missile, no wasted motion there, right in from the outside, ran right through Rich Swann.
And tossing Swann outside the ring. Oh, and there's Finn with a drop kick. Finn loading up and right on the jaw of Swann. Finn knows this is the kind of effort it's going to take at NXT TakeOver Dallas a week from Friday to take down Samoa Joe.
Finn Balor's going to need every ounce of his aggression, of his viciousness. Every dark part of his body needs to be firing on all cylinders if he wants any hope of surviving Dallas again.
A powerful impact into the chest of Swann, launching him into the corner. And now Finn Bálor to the top rope. Coup de grace connects.
Wait a minute.
We've seen this before, trying to finish off his opponent right on the back of his head. And the NXT Champion is your winner.
Here's your winner, the NXT Champion, Finn Bálor.
We knew he accepted this match to keep the momentum rolling, to keep himself sharp, headed into the biggest title defense of his reign. Finn Bálor with that drop kick right through the heart of Rich Swann.
And then to the top rope here, looking for the coup de grace again, right to the chest of Rich Swann. And we've seen this move over the last few weeks, Graves, to finally end this match against Swann.
We've seen this move. If you followed Finn Bálor for a long time in Japan, that very maneuver took him to the top of the game. And it looks like he's ready for Samoa Joe and what war he brings to Dallas.
Finn Bálor defends the NXT Championship 1 week from Friday. NXT TakeOver Dallas against Samoa Joe right here on the WWE Network.
Emma, tonight in our main event, you face Asuka. It'll be a rematch of your encounter at NXT TakeOver in London. What will be different about this time?
A lot is different about this time. I've been doing a lot of training. Dana and I put our minds together, and 2 minds is greater than 1, right, Dana?
Yes, you know, I've been helping Emma with my fitness expertise and preparation because, truth be told, I've been out injured from Asuka since TakeOver Respect. You know, I might look fine because, yes, I am the total diva. I am the total package. But inside, I'm not okay. Because if it were up to me, I'd be out there and squashing Asuka. But no, tonight, Emma's going to do the job.
Yeah, tonight, I'm going to take on Asuka again, and I've been waiting for a night like this to prove myself, to prove that she might have got me last time, but I'm not down and I'm not out. I should be having that championship match with Bayley at Dallas. She may be the Empress of Tomorrow, but she's not going to last past today. Let's go.
Not tonight. Tonight's too important. Psych.
Welcome back to NXT at Full Sail University, and we heard the news last week. General Manager William Regal signing a massive match at TakeOver Dallas as Sami Zayn goes one-on-one with one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet Earth. I say that without hyperbole, Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's take a closer look right now at the King of Strong Style.
Now let me introduce the newest WWE superstar, Shinsuke Nakamura.
And there he is after all of the rumors and buzz surrounding the arrival of the King of Strong Style. Shinsuke Nakamura has officially arrived as the newest signee of NXT. After the press conference in Japan, Nakamura traveled to WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut to sign the contract to join NXT and officially debut at NXT TakeOver Dallas. Nakamura then traveled to the WWE Performance Center here in Orlando, Florida to begin training for his highly anticipated debut. But let's take a look at last week when the NXT Universe found out about the arrival of Shinsuke Nakamura.
NXT, Summer Van, RC, and Dubs, and Shinsuke Nakamura takes over.
I cannot wait to see Shinsuke Nakamura's takeover of NXT, but right now it's time for women's action.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Accompanied to the ring by Blake and Murphy from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss. And her opponent already in the ring from Louisville, Kentucky, Sarah Dobson.
We are getting set here for women's division action here on NXT. Alexa Bliss in a very crowded, very competitive NXT women's division, looking to make her own mark, looking to stand out here tonight.
Well, it's gotten pretty crowded at the top of the women's division, but Alexa Bliss knows that every opportunity to be in the ring here is an opportunity to impress officials and earn yourself championship matches.
And especially for Sarah Dobson, newcomer here to the NXT universe. Alexa Bliss, always handy to have Blake and Murphy in her corner. It's a symbiotic relationship, Graves.
That's the smartest thing you've ever said, Phillips. Usually you're out here saying about, it's unfair that they're out here. They're cheerleaders, they're cheating.
Oh! Well,
mutually beneficial.
Well, Blake and Murphy are a bunch of cheaters and hotshots and everything, but at the same time. Oh! Oh, look at Alexa into the corner, sending Dobson.
Amazing how quick she reversed the pace of the match. Alexa Bliss was on the defensive there for about half a second until Dobson ate the turnbuckle.
Here's the cover from Alexa Bliss to take out Dobson in a kick out. Oh, there's definitely a lot of attitude in Alexa Bliss. Even when she was competing at the Arnold Classic in her hometown of Columbus, Ohio, she...
Oh, look at her stomping away at Dobson. It's her Alyssa Steamer impression right there, Phillips. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, nothing. you were busy getting picked on.
Blake and Murphy shouting into the face of Sarah Dobson. Oh!
Yeah, you talk about the Arnold Sports Festival. Alexa Bliss was like a...
Hold on, cover, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Walking around like she owned the place. That was her world. NXT and WWE experience at the Arnold. Alexa Bliss was like the queen. She knew everybody. Everybody knew her. Everyone wanted to take a picture with her. It's a big deal, Tom.
Queen in her own mind.
No, I was there. There were people lining up to meet Alexa Bliss.
I saw Alexa Bliss giving a lot of half-hearted high fives and rolling her eyes like only she can.
I didn't say she wanted to meet any of the plebeians that wanted to deal with her. I'm saying she was there and she was highly sought after.
There's a lot of anticipation building. 1 week from Friday, NXT TakeOver Dallas. The NXT Women's title will be defended. Bayley against Asuka. Alexa Bliss certainly has a history with Bayley challenging for the title. In control right now against Dobson. We get a little preview of what Asuka's capable of tonight. At Asuka in our main event goes one-on-one with Emma in a London rematch.
3, 4, let's go. Up and out of there. Come on, let's go. All right. Out of the turnbuckle, all right?
Sarah Dobson needs to step up here against Alexa Bliss if she wants to pick up the win here tonight. Oh, shoulder first into the midsection.
Bliss hasn't really given her much of a chance to step up. Any sort of opportunity for offense. Bliss has been absolutely dominant.
Into the corner, Dobson. Oh! Oh, and a boot right on the ear there of Alexa Bliss, and Sarah Dobson might be starting to feel it. Going to the top rope. Oh! Cover on Bliss and a kick out. It looked like a knee to the face there, Graves.
I don't know what it was, but it was effective.
It may have broken the nose of Alexa Bliss, and oh, that may have broken Dobson's nose. Oh, with Dobson using the second rope to her advantage. Oh, wait a minute, look at Blake. Look at Blake on the left-hand side of your screen, and now Murphy helping out Alexa.
He was checking on her. He was making sure she was okay. He thought she might have had a broken nose.
Really? He was checking on her? He launched her across the ring so Dobson wouldn't be any more trouble. And now Alexa Bliss has a golden opportunity thanks to Blake and Murphy. Bliss to the top rope and the Sparkle Splash connects. And Alexa Bliss picks up the victory.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
Okay, Tom, here's your opportunity. Give all the credit to Blake and Murphy. Completely discredit.
I am going to give all the credit to Blake and Murphy.
By Alexa Bliss, who dominated the entire match.
Well, let's think about it. Blake distracted the referee. Murphy helped Alexa make sure she didn't get kicked in the face. And then Alexa picked the bones. Does that sound about right to you?
Samoa Joe, we are just under 2 weeks away from NXT TakeOver in Dallas, where you once again have an opportunity at Finn Bálor's NXT Championship. Now, Finn had an impressive win against up-and-comer Rich Swann. He's really been on a roll lately. What do you think?
Samoa Joe obviously in no mood to talk. But someone who will be in action tonight. Emma, alongside Dana Brooke, will go toe-to-toe with the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. It's going down tonight on NXT.
NXT's got this buzz around it. Something's happening here.
Are you kidding me? Devil's gonna fly! Charlotte pulling out on a stop! Here he comes! Fuck out, he hit it! I cannot believe what we just witnessed!
We are seeing a superstar born tonight. This is the place to be. This is NXT.
We're just getting started. Trust me.
Welcome back to NXT. And we want to thank Hailstorm for their song Mayhem. It's one of the official themes of NXT TakeOver Dallas. It's off the album Into the Wildlife, available now on iTunes and Spotify.
Phillips, I hope you brought your pre-workout because it's time for Full Fit.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 299 3/4 pounds, Bull Dempsey.
Oh my God! Samoa Joe! Samoa Joe from behind on Bull Dempsey.
He's got that coquina clutch locked in tight.
Hey, let him go. Hey, it's not your match, Joe. Let him go.
What is Samoa Joe doing?
Come on. It's not your match.
I'll tell you exactly what Samoa Joe's doing, Phillips. He's sending a message.
Oh, wait a minute. Joe was looking for the microphone there, and look at this. Right after Bull Dempsey's supposed to be opponent, Danny Burch, and the coquina clutch now middle of the ring.
Why don't you go up there and ask Samoa Joe what the meaning of this is, Tom? Why don't you get in the ring right now and see if he wants to say a few words to you?
Pass.
Balor! Balor, you see that? That's you. That's you. You will not survive. You will not escape. I am coming for you. I am coming for you, and I will take my championship.
Does that answer your question, Tom?
It doesn't justify him attacking two men who are getting ready for a match here, Bull Dempsey and Danny Burch. Samoa Joe has been on a rampage. He has vowed to get back to the NXT Championship, and Finn Bálor, 1 week from Friday, he gets his wish.
Samoa Joe is obsessed, possessed, and he's completely focused on Finn Bálor.
Tom, I will tell you one thing for sure. I would not want to be Finn Bálor right now. Granted, he's the NXT champion. He is one of the best in the world, but Samoa Joe is angry, and he's coming right for the champ.
Well, you're talking about collisions, Graves. How about the one we learned of after last week's main event here on NXT? The NXT Tag Team Champions, The Revival, will now defend against the #1 contenders, American Alpha. 1 week from Friday, the NXT Tag Team titles will be defended at NXT TakeOver Dallas.
There's just very rare times that I think things come together in like a perfect storm. And that's what happened with us, and it just took off.
This our main event here tonight. The winner of this match, American Alpha and the Vaudevillains, will become the #1 contender to the NXT Tag Team titles.
Right away, we knew from the get-go that we had potential between the two of us, but I don't think we realized how quick it was going to happen.
Launched into the air, bridging into the cover, and we have new #1 contenders here on NXT.
And it's onward and upward for American Alpha, straight to TakeOver Dallas.
I think there was always that initial respect. Chad and I come from the same background. We put in the same hard work, same dedication to a sport that doesn't get much publicity.
You got a two-time NCAA Division I qualifier in Jason Jordan. You got a former Olympian in Chad Gable.
I started amateur wrestling when I was about 5 years old, and I just fell in love. Wrestled every year, wrestled in the off-season. It was the only sport I ever did.
When I went to my first amateur wrestling practice, I thought I was going into a professional wrestling practice, which I quickly found out was not the case. But I actually fell in love with it right away. And then shortly after, I started realizing that I was good at it.
Part of what made me love amateur wrestling so much is no matter what you accomplished, there's always another goal to meet, and you can always do a little bit more.
In college, all my eggs were in one basket, and it was wrestling, and it was winning a national championship by the time I graduated. I was once again undefeated during the regular season, expecting to win a national championship now, and I failed.
I've won international medals all over the world, traveled to like 30 different countries, and then I wrestled in London in the Olympics.
We had a plan going in, I stuck to it, and it just didn't work out for me. But it's such an experience, and I'm really happy about that.
That was probably one of the worst moments of my life, if not the worst moment of my life. And I realized this might have been my only chance, and I blew it. That's not something you want to feel again. Why did I get to the Olympics and then not win the gold? Maybe I didn't want it bad enough, and the goal wasn't clear. But the goal is clear this time. That won't happen again.
They have ripped through the NXT Tag Team division.
But it only counts on the big stage.
This is a position I feel like I've been in multiple times before in my amateur career. I have fallen short before. I know how that feels. I don't want it to happen, but maybe what I needed was a partner.
I've been wrestling for 20 years, and every time you wrestle, you're by yourself, you're on your own. And now that's changed. Dash and Dawson, I just don't think they know what they're in for. We're gonna walk out of TakeOver Dallas with the tag team titles.
Nobody compares, because we're here. Ready?
Willie?
And Gable.
American Alpha look ready for TakeOver, but so does Asuka. She's got Bayley in Dallas, but tonight she will be in action, and it's coming up next.
Welcome back here to NXT. A little bit of a preview of what's to come. Next week here on the WWE Network, we will see Alex Riley back in action against the leader of the Apollo Nation, Apollo Crews, next week on NXT.
Yeah, but that's not it. Just signed next week. The master of bullfit, Bull Dempsey, goes one-on-one with the #1 contender to the NXT Championship, Samoa Joe, heading into TakeOver. You don't want to miss that one.
Right now it is time for our main event here tonight on NXT.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Dana Brooke from Melbourne, Australia, Emma.
Emma getting ready to take on the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship here tonight in our main event. NXT is presented by Tap Out, coming in April.
You know, Phillips, I think I finally figured out why Emma's wearing aviator sunglasses and those gloves on the way to the ring all the time.
Why's that?
You never know when you might need to fly a plane.
If based on her opponent, she might want to fly out of here pretty quick.
And her opponent from Osaka, Japan, Asuka.
It was just last week on NXT that our general manager, Mr. William Regal, appointed that Asuka is the new #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. She will challenge Bayley 1 week from Friday in Dallas. Graves, we've seen a lot of competitors now challenge Bayley for the title. What do you make of Asuka's chances heading into NXT TakeOver Dallas?
I think that Asuka might be the single biggest challenge Bayley has had to face to date. I think Bayley's championship reign is in serious, serious jeopardy because I don't know of a man or woman on earth quite as dangerous as Asuka is capable of being.
And mind you, Bayley has defended the title in London against Nia Jax in a brutal battle, the very opportunistic Eva Marie, and against the boss, Sasha Banks, in an Iron Man match.
I give all the credit in the world to Bayley, and she deserves it. She's been a hard-fighting champion, but she has never faced anybody like Asuka. Look at the reign of destruction Asuka has had since she's been here in NXT. Just the wake of bodies in her path, knocking people out left and right.
Yeah, talking about knocking people out, you could ask Emma and Dana Brooke. Whoa! Emma's got to be real careful. She's getting her head kicked off.
Emma, understandably tentative. She knows what it feels like to be on the wrong end of those feet.
Well, it's Dana Brooke who actually faced Asuka in Asuka's debut match here on NXT, and well, Dana's never really recovered, but Emma also at NXT TakeOver London challenging Asuka in a fantastic match, Grace.
I mean, some people might say that to this point in Asuka's NXT career, Emma has been her biggest challenge. Emma came close several times to defeating Asuka in London. She wasn't able to get the job done and hasn't been able to do it since.
When you were competing here on NXT, were you the kind of mind of Emma and Dana Brooke who weren't exactly open to newcomers?
What are you talking about, Phillips? I'm one of the most open-minded people on the planet.
Yeah. I harken back to when Finn Bálor and Hideo Itami arrived here on the scene, and the Ascension didn't give them a very warm welcome. That's what Emma and Dana Brooke did to Asuka. Now Asuka with a firm headlock here, center of the ring. Emma in trouble as Dana Brooke looks on. And we talked about how dangerous Asuka can be, but Bayley has the experience here on NXT. She's got the wherewithal to hang around in these big matches. What is it going to take for Asuka to take down Bayley?
A swift kick to the side of the head?
But I don't know if that's just it. I don't think it's just that easy with Bayley.
Now look at Asuka having a little fun right now.
Oh
my God, right in the jumping armbar. This could be it, quick.
Emma caught here on the mat, and Emma wisely gets both her feet to the bottom rope. Asuka to the count of 5 to break the hold. Emma is very familiar now with what Asuka's capable of. Whether or not she can withstand it is an entirely different question.
It just goes to show you how dangerous Asuka is. Emma knows what she thinks she's gonna. Flying hip attack. Emma spills out to the floor. Asuka is in firm control. Will Emma be able to get back into this? We'll find out when NXT returns.
It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Finally, The Rock has come back to WrestleMania. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment history. If you so mad, what The Rock is cooking.
WrestleMania, that little show that really took off after we showed up with the ladder. It's like 2 giant bags of cottage cheese slamming into each other. No! My childhood has just been F5'd.
I'm brave as a pineapple.
We shouldn't play with fire. The table was broken and that burned my scrotum.
The Edge and Christian Show that totally reeks of awesomeness. Tonight, immediately following NXT, only on WWE Network.
We are back here. This is our main event on NXT. Emma and Asuka in a rematch from NXT TakeOver London. And Asuka looking to take Emma to the mat.
So she was going for that Fujiwara armbar. Up. Transitioned into the hammerlock. She could be looking for that Asuka lock, that cross-face chicken wing she uses.
And now Emma just trying to counter something. Emma, a submission specialist in her own right, but not exactly what Asuka brings to the table. Asuka 1 week from Friday, NXT TakeOver Dallas. She will challenge for the NXT Women's Championship against Bayley, live here on the WWE Network. And can you imagine the imprint it would leave on WrestleMania weekend if Asuka came away with the NXT Women's Championship? We've talked about the Divas Revolution, how it began here on NXT. The world will take notice if Asuka can defeat Bayley. Oh, catching up Emma again.
For that knee bar. She have it locked in. Emma somehow able to roll out. Oh, right into the ankle lock.
Ankle lock, middle of the ring, and Emma screaming out in pain. She's got to get to one of the bottom ropes here. Asuka seems to be toying with her, just kind of showing her options. And now Emma manages to break loose.
Great counter by Emma.
When Emma takes out the legs of Asuka on the apron. And perhaps Emma did learn something from their match in London. Oh, and now Emma seizing her opportunity, and despite the things that she may or may not have learned from their battle at NXT TakeOver London, it still doesn't really open the door for all the things that Emma and Dana Brooke have said, that they run this, calling themselves likened to Michael Jordan, all their delusions.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Emma somehow is able to defeat Asuka tonight, she can start saying things like she runs it. If she beats the #1 contender to the Women's Championship tonight, she can make a claim that she runs things.
It would certainly get Mr. Regal's attention. Oh, and right on the hair of Asuka. And here Dana Brooke on the outside, trying to get in the head of Asuka. Another cover here and a kick out.
You can hear Dana Brooke the next county over.
It's those eyes of Asuka, though, that tell the story. Not one to back down here, but Emma very aware of the situation. We talked about her history here on NXT. She wants to make an imprint, a statement as much as anyone here in our main event. Cover. Emma has never, cover. Emma has never been NXT Women's Champion, despite all the time she's spent here competing on NXT. She's gotten very close to it. We talked about NXT Arrival, one of the landmark matches in the history of women's wrestling here on NXT. And a victory over Asuka might get her one step closer to perhaps a future opportunity.
It almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Phillips. Until she gets that championship around her waist, she can't say she runs anything. This is a smart move, staying in close quarters to Asuka, staying away from the striking. If she can avoid Asuka's submission ability, because I feel like Asuka can make you submit from any angle, Emma might be on the right path to success right now.
And the path to the championship, no matter who goes after it, it's going to go through Bayley. And even Mr. Regal said it. Bayley has, quote, set the women's standard, not just on NXT, but also in WWE. It's a high mark to live up to.
To this very point, I don't disagree at all. I started to say before, Bayley has almost Sami Zayn levels of heart. I mean, she's impossible to beat spiritually. Oh.
Looking for the cover there for a moment. And Asuka, flattened by Emma.
Taking a little shortcut, but an effective one.
Hook to the leg, cover, and Asuka kicked out.
As I was saying, you got to give Bayley credit. You're never going to break her spirit. She's never going to quit. She never says die, but she has never faced anybody quite like Asuka before.
Now Emma's wondering, you could see the frustration moments ago, missing the pinfall there. What's it going to take to put away Asuka here in our main event? Oh. And focusing on the lower back now of Asuka.
The referee needs to get in there. Emma's got 2 fistfuls of hair.
Might have been the smartest tactic for Emma there for a moment. Perhaps it only actually.
I mean, I agree.
Asuka.
If she wasn't getting caught, she wasn't getting penalized. Good for her.
Come on, off the ropes. Let's go out of the corner. Bring it out. Let's go.
Asuka hung up in the corner there. Emma wasted no time getting over there to put the boots to her.
I don't know if we've ever seen Asuka in this kind of predicament like she is right now against Emma.
Hey, listen up. Come on, bring it on. Come on. Back it out. Let's go. Hey, no. Come on. Knock it off. Come on.
Right to the small of the back, right in the kidneys. You ever been hitting the kidney, Tom? It'll incapacitate you quick.
Oh, and again, pulling at the hair here with Asuka outside the ring, and the referee breaking things up.
I give credit to others when they do it. I'll give credit to Emma. She's utilizing the referee's 5 count. Didn't get herself disqualified. Here you go.
Look at Dana Brooke in the corner with the ref attending to Emma.
Bending the rules into your favor. Oh, man.
Crossbody in the corner. Emma thinks this is it. Shoulders down, and powering out is Asuka. Another cover. Not even a 1 count.
Listen to that scream emanating from deep in the guts of Asuka. It's like this primal scream.
The NXT Universe rallying behind Asuka here. Emma again trying to figure out what it's going to take to close out this matchup.
Come on, bring it up. Hands up, Asuka, protect yourself. Protect yourself, Asuka.
Oh, man. And Emma answers back with a few hard shots of her own.
Stiff forearm that caught Emma, only set off Emma. Uh-oh, Asuka trying to pick up the pace.
Oh.
Those strikes from Asuka. Uh-oh.
Emma hanging on.
Oh, and then spinning back
the
elbow.
overhand. Any one of these strikes could turn out your lights at any time. And Emma landed one on Asuka.
On a drop kick there, sends Asuka right back into Emma. Cover here and a kick out.
Back and forth. Emma knows what it would mean to knock off the #1 contender headed into Dallas. Asuka knows she needs to maintain her momentum through this match headed into TakeOver.
Take another look at this. Emma with the drop kick to Asuka, and then a hip attack right back into Emma. Asuka nearly putting away Emma right there. And now Emma's in the worst possible position with Asuka on the hunt.
Asuka with a couple fistfuls of hair. Turnabout is fair play.
Oh, cover here from Emma. Shoulders down, feet on the ropes, feet on the ropes. And the referee caught Emma red-handed.
Went to the well one time too many. Emma needs to pay attention to what's happening behind her, not argue with the referee.
On Asuka.
Oh, there's the ankle lock. Uh-oh.
Oh! Into a nasty German suplex, and there's the kick. Asuka just measuring Emma here in our main event.
Oh, here we go.
Bringing Asuka to the mat, looking for the Asuka lock here, center of the ring, and Emma's got to tap out to Asuka.
Here's your winner by submission, Asuka.
The NXT Women's Champion Bayley had to have been paying very close attention to this matchup. Asuka withstanding perhaps one of the best outings from Emma in this matchup. Really took it to Asuka, but the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship coming out on top.
You gotta ask yourself, if you're Asuka, are you 100% heading into Dallas after a grueling match like that? Let's take a look back at some of the moments throughout this match. Definitely a back and forth battle between these two women.
Now watch this. This was a turning point here. Off the rebound. That hip attack is so devastating. Nearly would end the match in Asuka's favor.
Here we see this German suplex. So effective. And this sliding knee strike. Bam! Right to the head.
And then we've seen it before, and could we see this in Dallas, the Asuka lock? If that winds up being Bayley tapping out in Dallas, we could have a new NXT Women's Champion craze.